Okay, Papa, tell me a story.
Okay, well, when I got out of high school, I got drafted, of course, it's in 43, and went to Cheyenne and got down there, and I wanted in the Air Force. And so I was on KP, and they came in, one guy come in there, and he said, Major so-and-so wants you over the cross there. He wants to talk to you. So I went over to see this major. And he says, take off all your clothes. I took all my clothes off, and he says, read this colorblind test. I read that. Well, he says, you're in the Air Force now. I don't know what you'll be doing. You may be flying a P-38 or whatever, but you're in the Air Force. So, man, I'm walking on cloud 9. So that's what I wanted into. And so, of course, I wanted to fly because I used to have a little old model plane. I'd fly it around and land it, you know, and I had this helmet with the goggles on it and everything. And I got in there and I passed the medal. But my eyes wouldn't let me pass the physical. So I wound up on the ground crew in the Air Force and got sent over to England and the 8th Air Force. Well, we wound up over there B-17s, and I'm telling you, when the B-17s come back from over Germany, a lot of them didn't come back. I thank the good Lord for my eyes failed me, because those poor guys, they just a lot of them didn't come back, and some of them got shot down over there as in prisoners of war, the rest of the war. And so, you know, he could put me in tank corps or infantry or anything. And I got in the Air Force, I really liked that. But so when I got out, I signed up for the inactive reserves. And I was signed up for 3 years. And into 3 years, I drove 100 miles to sign up again for 3 more years. Well, before that 3 years was up, the Korean War broke out. And I got called back in on that. And I had a little daughter about 10 months old, and anyway, they sent me to Albuquerque, which was good. I could have been sent overseas then, but I was sent to Albuquerque for a year. And I got down there, and these guys that was in there, old regulars here, they said, well, you don't want to get out of here. You can sign up for the regulars and just stay in here. Well, I was supposed to get a bonus and a furlough, and by golly, they talked me into signing up again. So I went to see the finance couple, and he says, I got to have your discharge, you know. So I went and looked at this little box I had it in, kept all my papers in it. I still got it in here. No discharge. So Billy, my sister, was working in the courthouse at Elko, and that's where I had it recorded. So I wrote her a letter and told her to send me a copy of it, and she did. And about 3 weeks or so, I got it. And I got it on a Thursday, and I went in and told the finance corporal, I said, well, I got my discharge. Well, he said, let's just do it Monday. I said, well, don't make much difference. A couple of 3 days not going to make any difference. So I went over there, and we filled all of the papers on Monday. Supposed to be sworn in on Tuesday morning. I went over there, and 3 other regulars is in there, the 4 of us in there. And this lady is typing up the papers, and she said, who's the reserve? And I said, I am. Well, I don't know if it makes any difference to you or not, but last night at 6 o'clock, a TWX come in from Washington, D.C., canceling the bonus. I got up and walked out. Well, when we got home on the furlough, we had a trailer up there at my mother's. We left there, and I looked up in the end of the trailer over the couch where it had this box, and that discharge was laying in there. Now, who pushed that discharge out of that box? I had to thank the good Lord for that. Otherwise, I'd been in and I wouldn't have been happy in there. But that's about it.
It's a good story. I liked it.
Yeah.